Ambassador Vale de Almeida, this year is almost coming to an end. As you look towards next year, what do you see as the main priority for the European Union?
Well, definitely growth and jobs. For the last 2 years, we've been dealing with the effects of the financial crisis, and we stopped the meltdown of the financial system. We are reforming the financial system, strengthening the mechanisms of supervision and regulation. We dealt with the effects of the economic crisis in all our economies. And now we need to look forward towards a sustainable path of growth, able to create jobs that will resorb unemployment.
Unemployment and creating growth is, of course, also a main priority for the United States. Where can the European Union and the United States work together on this?
Well, I think in dealing with this crisis, we have done a lot together. I think we have a common agenda based on growth and jobs. We should maximize the potential of our bilateral economic ties across the Atlantic, and they are very important, but we should also work together globally inside the G20 with our main partners, developed countries, emerging economies as well. And we should join efforts to create global conditions for growth, sustainable green growth for the coming years.
We recently had the Transatlantic Economic Council meeting, or TEC as it's known here in Washington, D.C. How does that fit into creating jobs and growth?
I think TEC is one of the most useful, important tools we have at our disposal, American and Europeans, to deal with these kind of challenges. And I was encouraged by the atmosphere, the results of the TEC meeting here in Washington. It moved the process forward. It moved it into a results-oriented process, and we will have in 2011 to keep the momentum of TEC, keep the momentum of transatlantic ties, and make the most out of the enormous potential that we have across the Atlantic.
Speaking of the EU-US relationship, you recently gave a speech at the European Institute here in Washington, D.C., where you talked about the relationship entering a new phase. What did you mean by that?
I actually think we are beginning a new cycle. It has to do with the Lisbon Treaty, the new mechanisms for external cooperation. We have a High Representative, Catherine Ashton, having an excellent cooperation with Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. But I also saw in the summit in Lisbon, President Obama, President Barroso, President Van Rompuy engaging proactively in a very relaxed, informal way. It was a meeting of best friends, dealing with common challenges, trying to find common solutions. So I'm encouraged as we begin 2011 that throughout this year, building on the results and understanding in the summit, building on the very good concrete agenda set out by the Transatlantic Economic Council, that we can move forward together. This is, after all, the most important, the deepest, the largest, the soundest relationship we have on the European Union side and on the United States side. So we should make the most out of it.
Thank you.